Yo, if Coach Yo can coach as well as she can recruit the transfer portal, Lord have mercy on their souls in the SEC, because Coach O is coming for you. Ole Miss. Woo! What a transfer portal class we got here. And it just got nastier. Yes, sir. Coach Yo got the last piece to the puzzle, I presume. She got a commitment from Jada Richard, point guard head of LSU. Yo, that's big, baby. Yes, sir. Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Her Game, Her Way, women's basketball, powered by Come On Now, the podcast. I am your host, Rudy Rodriguez. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, leave your comments. Appreciate y'all continued support of the channel. Yo, it's been a big day in Oxford. It's been a big day. It's been a big number of days. They putting in work, man. Coach Yo has gotten another big one in her building, and all you can say is, yo, wow. She's cleaning up the house in the transfer portal. I'm trying to get this thing to pop up, and it's in slow motion. It is in slow-mo. Of course it is. There you go. Committed. Point guard Jada Richard is going to LSU. Breaking news, the LSU transfer Jada Richard has committed to Ole Miss. Coach Yo, the 5'7" sophomore, averaged 9.5 points, 3.3 assists this year. Here are the comments. Y'all be tripping. Nah. LSU women's basketball is jumping in right there. Look at that. Look at that. They talking some shit. Look at this. Look at this. Let's see if we get this bigger. Yeah, there we go. Here we go. Jada versus Jada. And the PMAC is going to be cinema next year. No matter the jersey, we team Jada. Are you? Okay. The best roster in S is SC and LSU. Oh, the haters are coming through. The haters are hating. We don't have but one true big. We need length. Okay, so I guess they still want some. Maybe they're still gonna be recruiting some bigs. Forever Team Jada. Let's go, sister. Can't understand this move. I can. She's a starting point guard. That's how. Of course, Ole Miss gets her. Damn, congrats. Cook up the stats, boo. Oh, LSU's talking some shit. LSU by 20. Called it 2 days ago after Yo Weezy signed Jada Civil. You got some ball players in the building at Ole Miss, man. Listen here. Look at here. Now you got to go check the comments, and she ain't done a big on the way. So maybe she's not done. Go be that queen you are. Go be great. Jada, coach is building. I see you, yo. Now here's the real question of the day that I have. Does she build it and then take a job somewhere else? Because one of these bigger powers likes what she's doing at Ole Miss and wants that done in her building, in their building. That is a question that always is out there, because Ole Miss, I mean, we just saw what happened. We just saw in football, Lane Kiffin, head coach of the Ole Miss Rebels, he decided right before the playoffs to take his coaching to LSU, and it was a bad look to me, but you know what? At the end of the day, they probably offered him the Brinks truck, and he gets whatever he wants, and it's LSU. And realistically, I still think that's the stepping stone for him to take the job at Alabama at some point. But you got to wonder, could this be a possibility for Coach Yo at some point as well? Because she is building something there, without a doubt, and it's a very, very strong class that she's got going on here at Ole Miss. I mean, you look at it. We can bring this back up. As you know, I put up some stuff on this yesterday, and you got Jada Civil going to Ole Miss. She committed the other day. You've got where are the others? Maya Anderson going to Ole Miss, 6'1" sophomore, and these are not all old players. So that's one of the good things. You can build with these players. You can build a program with younger players. And then you got also this is a center, so she's 6'5". I know she didn't score a lot, but there's some of your height. But you can expect that from what it says that there might be someone else coming. And then of course you got Talasia Cooper, the top scorer in Tennessee this past year. So she's the only old one in terms of probably last year of eligibility, but What you've got here, man, is you've got a class, bro. You've got a class, and if she gets one more big, they're real dangerous. They are real dangerous. For those of you who don't know, you probably already do, but her name is actually Yolett McPhee-McCuin. She has a career record of 149 and 107. She actually played down here in South Florida. She's from Freeport, the Bahamas, played at Miami-Dade Community College. Gosh, when I was in college. Rhode Island point guard. She is actually the head coach of the Bahamas. I guess that's the women's that's the women's team. Is it the women's national team? Yeah, she's the head coach of the women's national team for the Bahamas. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. She's been at Ole Miss since 2018. Her career at 28. When she got to Ole Miss, 9-22, 7-23. They were 0-16 in the conference. Like she's felt the depths of hell going 0-16 in the SEC. And then the first 2 years rough, but then she makes it 15-12. They go WNIT runner-up. And then the last 5 years, 23-9, 10-6 in the conference first round, 25-9, 11-5 Sweet 16, 24-9, 12-4 second round, 22-11, 10-6 Sweet 16, and this past year, 24-12, 8-8 second round. So she's on that cusp. She's in that landing zone where it's just like, how do we get over the top, right? So that's the question. How do you do it? Well, you got to put together a class like this. That's how you do it. You got to put together a group of ladies like this. That's how you do it. And what she has managed to do is incredibly impressive. This class is scary dangerous. Let me see the rest of her roster. But that's big, man. You lose Cody McMahon, but you're coming back with players already. These are high level players. So listed on their website right now. So Ole Miss people, don't get mad at me if your website for your school is not up to date. They've already got Jada Richard listed on here. So you got 1, 2, you got so here's reality, brass tacks on it, man. She lost her top 3 scorers from this past year's team, and Cody McMahon, Christine Iwuala, and Latasha Lattimore. And her top returning player is Sierra Thanu, who averaged just under 10 points per game. She is going to be a junior, and she is 6'1". The rest of the players they have returning are players that played very little comparatively. They got one big returning in Desiree Kyles. She only played 5 minutes a game, only appeared in 16 games. She's 6'5", but then they also brought in, the transfer Emily Howard, who's a senior. Again, not a big producer, but size. But the Talasia Cooper pickup, Jada Civil pickup, Jada Richard pickup. These are big, big Maya Anderson pickup. These are big pickups. They could use another big body, one that actually can produce some offense for them, because I think their Achilles heel potentially would be the lack of quality size. I don't want to demean anybody, but got to be real about it. You got to have some quality size of players that can actually, put the ball in the bucket, not necessarily just put. Defense is very important, but put the ball in the hoop. So, but overall, they got a roster here that she's created, put together really fast, and it's impressive. It's very, very impressive. You ask yourself, are they better than last year already? I would say so. I would say so. I know they don't have any. They haven't really replaced Latasha Lattimore. I know she's a taller player. I think she went to Miami, actually. I remember when Lattimore was at Miami for the Hurricanes. Because Lattimore is 6'4". Yeah, I remember when she was at Miami. She played at Miami back in 2 seasons. Like I thought so. So she was at 2 seasons at Miami. I think she was on the team that went to the Elite Eight. I believe she was. But yeah, I think that's really the one area left that they need to figure out is what they're, a quality big, because that's the difference. That's the difference between them and South Carolina, realistic. I know South Carolina fans will argue and say, oh, no, we're better. Yeah, no, you are. You're better. you are better because you have size. And in women's basketball, size matters. It may not matter as much in men's basketball, but even though it still does, but in women's basketball, having a legitimate good big down low who's like 6'5", 6'6", 6'7", that's a big difference. So if she can go grab herself a big, bruh, you got some stuff there. So salute, congrats to Jada Richard. But before we go, we're gonna hit on one more thing. Major news in the form of Kymora Johnson. She is going back to Virginia. She has left the portal. The 5'7" junior, 19.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals. She has decided to go back to Virginia. They must have dropped her a big bag, or the schools that she really wanted to go to weren't going to drop that same bag. Remember, um, South Carolina just picked up Jordan Lee, and maybe even though Jordan Lee's not a point guard, maybe they tapped out of money at guard. I don't know. Or maybe they decided that Lee was more important than Johnson for their roster. But that's a big thing for Virginia to have their best player go back to school there. But I think that they had to have paid her pretty handsomely to get her to go back to Virginia. So she's off the board. She's off the board. You know, I thought I was wondering what was going to happen with her, because there's another one that I thought could potentially, end up somewhere on the West Coast playing point guard, and I guess not. And then also, this also popped off today. Notre Dame just lost somebody. That's why you can't make these announcements about players are all coming back, because this portal is open in another few more days, and all you gotta do is put your name in it. You don't have to have signed with someone in the window. So Notre Dame's KK Bransford has entered the transfer portal. She's a 5'11" senior, averaging 7.5 and 4 rebounds. I mean, I don't think that's much of a big deal, personally. I don't think she did all that much for Notre Dame. I don't think she made that much of a difference for Hannah Hidalgo. But she has jumped into the portal. Now still wondering aloud what is going on with Audie Crooks. She is one that's still one of the big names that are still. She's the biggest name, literally and figuratively, out in the portal. Let me see right here. So basically, we are left with Addie Brown, who's still available. We got the top 25. Taryn Barbeau is still available. This is as of yesterday. Tilda Trigger, Madison St. Rose, Kayleen Smickle, Mia Woolfolk. No, that one she's done. And Conley McMiller's still on the table right now. Wonder what she's gonna be doing. And Justice Carlton. So a lot of the players are already gone, but there are still some left in the portal. So we'll see what happens. But anyhow, big moves coming from Ole Miss. Coach Yo is in the building, and she's putting in some work, no doubt about it. And we will see. I'm wondering what's gonna happen with Audie Crooks, man. But big day in women's basketball. As usual, this transfer portal is chaotic. Get all your information right here, folks. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell, leave your comments. Appreciate y'all so very, very much. This is Her Game, Her Way Women's Basketball, powered by Coming Out the Podcast. Come on now.